I fix my gas?
It's on. Okay. Welcome to the September 18th, 2025 Rainbow Lakes Estates Advisory Board Meeting. We ask that you silence electronic devices and step outside to take calls. Outbursts or interruptions are not permitted. Please take your seat and help us maintain a respectful and productive meeting. Thank you for being here. Agenda and public comment guidelines. Registered speakers have 5 minutes. Those signing up at the door have 2 minutes. Non-agenda items may be addressed during the public comment toward the end of the meeting. Please state your name and address, submit any supporting documents to the staff assistant, and note that all remarks and materials become part of the official record. Respectful conduct reminder. Personal attacks against staff, board members, or volunteers will not be tolerated. Please keep comments respectful within your time limit and focused on meeting-related issues. Thank you for your cooperation. Board meeting conduct for members and guests. To speak with someone in the audience during the meeting, please first address the chair. You may speak directly with other board members or public speakers during the agenda or general comments section without going through the chair. Thank you for supporting a respectful and orderly meeting. We're going to start with the invocation now. Holy One, known by many names and beyond all names, we thank you for every seat that has been filled here today and for each mind and heart gathered in this room. You alone know what we are here to accomplish. We have plans, ideas, talents, and time, but only you see the full picture, the end of every beginning, the purpose of every project, every season, and every life. We thank you that nothing is in vain, and that even our mistakes can be used for good. Forgive us of pride, whether it puffs us up or makes us feel unworthy. Strengthen our confidence in who you have created us to be, and free us from comparison so that we may work together with unity and purpose. Bless this meeting, those present, and all the residents, volunteers, and employees of Rainbow Lakes Estates. May our efforts today ripple outward in ways that uplift and serve others. Prepare us to make every moment count. Amen. Okay, stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tiffany, could you take the roll call, please?
Amber Bolander.
Amber Bonlander here.
Kathy Bryant.
Here.
John Connor.
Here.
Alan McKay.
Here.
Dallas Sibilin.
Here.
Steve Stritzinger.
Right here.
Dan Wilcherson.
Here. Ready? All right, I have an announcement here, okay, the chairman's announcement. Effective immediately, I am implementing the following changes to the advisory board representative positions. The establishment of a new position, finance and planning representative, to which Amber Bonlander is hereby appointed. The consolidation of the public safety representative position with the roads representative position to be served under the direction of Mr. Alan George McKay, and the appointment of Steve Stritzinger as a code enforcement representative. These adjustments are made in the interest of strengthening the structure of the advisory board and enhancing its ability to address the needs of this community. Mr. Dan Wilcherson, I would like to take a moment to remind you that as a board Levy County representative, all board positions that apply to the Marion County representative likewise fall under your responsibilities with respect to Levy County.
I understand and accept.
Thank you. Okay, public comment on agenda items. Do we have any public comment for anything that's on the agenda today? Okay, that was a quick one. Approval of minutes. Are there any questions or corrections to the August 21st, 2025 minutes? If none, may I have a motion to approve, followed by a second.
To move to approve them.
You made a motion?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
I want to thank you too. These minutes are the most complete minutes we've ever had. Excellent job. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Okay, moving on to our advisory committee reports. Vice Chairman Alan George McKay, Public Safety Representative.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The fire incidents, fire and rescue incidents for July were 5 for fire and 54 for medical, and 4 stations for Station 14, which is our station here on ID. Regarding the traffic signal, the following was received from Kevin Marquez, FDOT professional engineer. As far as design goes, not much has changed except for completing the 60% plans review process and now working on the 90% plan production. This level of production, 90%, includes more detailed engineering, design, and reports, and while the 60% level plans are more to set up a general approval of the concept, this is engineer talk, I guess. General approval of the concept, design, and geometry. Another way of looking at it is now we do a lot of the number crunching and structural analysis. Our timeline for design remains the same. Our goal is to have the plans 100% completed in spring of 2026. One major update is that we have put out to bid a new on-demand traffic signal contract that includes all the construction activities we expect for Rainbow Lakes Boulevard. This on-demand contract is currently advertised, and if bidding goes well, we should have results available in mid-October. Once we have an on-demand contractor on board, we then wait for the plans to be finalized and quickly send this to construction. The process is a little bit different than traditional projects, but this helps to streamline critical projects and deliver them much quicker. And on a side note, regarding the turn lane on US 41 northbound at State Road 40, you caught me. This is another of mine. We were asked to expedite this roadway project, and I used existing roadway on-demand contract to do so. Fortunately, the design was very straightforward, and we were able to send it to construction very quickly. If you need any information about this, let me know. So it just you've seen this in Facebook. It is actually true. It's factual, and it is going to happen. I want to thank the office staff for getting the web pages updated, getting all that current information on there. It's so vital that we provide our residents with easily accessible information that's current and accurate. And I thank you very much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That's great. Kudos. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
That it? All right, thank you, George. John Connor, Buildings and Grounds Representative.
Well, looking around everything, they still look great. The maintenance team's doing a fantastic job, like I stated last time. I would like input. Have any news on the trash cans?
The trash cans.
Trash cans for the Creative Arts Center.
They're in the process of, it's going through purchasing. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so it's happening, it's just taking a minute.
No, that's fine. My other question was about the grills. Did we check and see if the grills were still?
So far,
Here.
Miguel, who is our building and grounds technician, he said he hasn't seen them inside Station 2, so he's trying to look around at Bill's property to see if maybe they might be, had been moved over there. But we had some events this week that he had to come over and help, so next week he'll be on that. He also has been doing some pressure washing, so that's the other thing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's not all I got.
That's it?
Is it?
Jen, were there any progress searching for those barbecue grills?
That's what he was just, no, he did not see them at Station 2, so like I said, he's gonna go over by Bill's and see if he can
Okay.
locate. We're kinda hoping they weren't like reused or tossed away for something, I don't know, so. But we're on the hunt for them, definitely.
Okay, just double checking. All right, Amber Von Linder, Code Enforcement Representative. One day only.
Yes, 1 month only. I did stop into the Rainbow Lakes Estates office and spoke with Tiffany about how I could receive the codes so I knew what to enforce. And she was going to help me get in contact with Marion County Board. I believe she did send that email, but we have not received anything back, or I have not received anything back. So I have no updates for sure on code enforcement. And I gladly, happily am willing to pass that away. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan Wilshusen, Levy County Representative.
All right, on code enforcement, we have no unaddressed issues. There are a couple of working citations out there currently. They're going through the system. They have not yet reached the magistrate. As far as road maintenance, there's no new updates on the roads. I do have a question out to the Municipal Services Office regarding how many developed properties we have to have before we move on to the next steps to trigger review and possible addition of the road to a long-term budget. We don't expect them to be paved immediately, but we need to have some form of trigger to put them into the budget process. Those that have creeped up, they also made contact with me yesterday regarding some sand intrusion on one of our main truck routes. It used to be Pensacola, it's now Southeast 114th. It's coming off of a driveway on a ranch that is not really part of RLE, but they use our roads for access. So he's going to go out with their trucks and see if they can't abate some of that a little bit. In public safety, we are good. We have nothing of any issue or problems out there. We did have a stop sign that was kind of leading, but of course Bill was out there right away and took care of that. So we're good.
All right. Thank you. Kathy Bryant, Recreation Representative. There's a full. Try that.
Okay. First of all, I would like to welcome Megan and Bridget to the Rainbow Lakes Recreation.
Kathy,
Get him next.
we can't hear you.
Let's try it right there.
Right there.
Better?
Probably.
Yeah!
Okay, first of all, I would like to welcome Megan and Bridget to the Rainbow Lakes Recreation. They are young with plenty of creative ideas, and we are so fortunate to have them. Anyway, Fiber Craft Society with Jennifer Pelka meets on the second and fourth Saturdays from 12 to 3 p.m. at the Creative Arts Building. They do knitting, crocheting, and other fabric crafting activities. The Pins and Needle Stitchers with Marcy McKay meet on Mondays from 10 until 2 at the Creative Arts Center. They do some beautiful work too. The Poker Club meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 3 at the Creative Arts Center. Larry Hoffman can answer any questions I have to for if you need it. The Women's Club is no longer meeting, and the Dominoes Club meets on Friday nights at 7 p.m. at the Community Center Complex. You can so far can contact Angel Cohen for more information. The Tater Tots is on Tuesday from 10 a.m. to noon at the Community Center for the little ones. It's free and it's open to the public. The Youth Center is open Wednesdays and Fridays from 4 to 6. Currently, there is a nominal charge of $5 a year for residents and $10 a year for non-residents. Kayaks are available for the public to rent on Mondays through Fridays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rental is $25 for 4 hours and $5 for each additional hour. The Fitness Center on Ivy is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. I personally have photographs of all the equipment if you want to see it. The building is very spacious and very clean. And the registration appointments are at the Rainbow Lakes Estates office across from this building. Currently, the annual yearly fee is $25 for 1 year and $50 for 2 years. And you can contact the office at 352-489-4280. Let's see, October the 21st is a plant swap from 5:30 to 6:30. It's open to the public. Bring a plant and swap a plant, and it's here in this building. It can be very educational as well as fun. Mark your calendars for the chili dinner on Friday, September the 26th at 6 p.m. It's free to the residents of Rainbow Lakes Estates. This activity is only for the residents here. Volunteers are still needed to help with recreational activities. A level 1 background check is necessary, and that's paid for by Rainbow Lakes Estates. And that's all I have.
That it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Steve Stritzinger, Roads Representative.
Hello. I started driving the roads as of last month and started getting a cohesive list of roads that have washout, potholes, and tree intrusion. I also started to annotate where the fiber optic and power lines and all the rest of the stuff that has been stored or dropped on the right of way. So somebody else gets to finish up with that. My question is, how long are we waiting for the fiber optic lines and whatnot to be left in the right of way? It is hampering and causing challenges to the maintenance people when they're trying to cut the grass. I believe stuff's been there for almost 2 months now, if not longer.
If you have an area of concern, we can report it to the right-of-way permitting, and they can find out who was there and who left it for us. We've had them look into a few issues that Tiffany's sent me before, so just let us know where the area is and we'll look into it.
Okay, so far over by the fire station, I've found 7 things that have been left by the contractors, and that doesn't even go for the rest of this area so far. So I'm assuming I'm gonna find much more with that, but I will do that.
Yeah, just send me the spots and we'll look it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And I have other questions, but I'll ask them later. That's the end for the roads.
That it? Thank you, Steve. Okay, municipal service and RLE staff reports. Katie Burton, Marion County Municipal Services Community Manager. Hi, Katie.
Hello, thank you. I have numbers for participation from July and August. So July had 406 total participants, including 206 at the fitness center, 18 at the plant swap, Domino Club 19, Road Club 35, Fibercraft 19, Tater Tot Tuesday with 70, Pins and Needles with 39. For August, we had 517 total participants, and that is 230 check-ins at the fitness center, 75 at the youth center, 10 at a plant swap, Domino Club was 48, Poker Club was 21, Fibercraft Society was 23, Tater Tot Tuesday with 78, so we're busting out the doors of Tater Tot, and Pins and Needles with 32. For expenses and revenue summaries, for our RLE General Government Fund, we have $273,132 in expenses year to date, with $1,455,059 at 05913 cents in revenues, for a balance of $1,181,926.91. For the Recreation Fund, we have expenses at $68,630, with revenues of $424,203, and a balance of $355,573. For RLE Road and Streets, we have expenses at $282,468, with revenues of $2,187,131, for a balance of $1,904,662. For work orders, again, Bill's awesome team is rocking it out. For August, we have 3 closed work orders and 1 remaining open that we're still working on. Calendar year to date, we're looking at 47 closed and 7 open. For community center rentals, we have 12 booked for this calendar year at the community center and 5 at the pavilion. That's all.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, we still have no service operations manager. So moving on, Jennifer Normoyle, Rainbow Lakes Estates Community Supervisor. You have anything to add?
Always. So some work updates. Staff has been, as I said, pressure washing the buildings. The complex is coming up right now. He actually got a flat tire. So he's in the process of getting those all pressure washed and back to clearing the cobwebs and doing all of those items to make it look pretty again. He has also worked on the lighting at the Sea Cliff Pavilions. It's more of a security thing at night, even though we are closed. And he has measured the sign to replace the incorrect wording. We're just going to go and get that taken care of. So we're looking for a vendor for that sticker. Also, he is looking through the garbage cans. You did ask the question about that. So we're working through purchasing for those cans that were requested at the last meeting. Also, he is reviewing, this is Miguel, our Buildings and Grounds, is reviewing and mitigating a drainage issue at the Creative Arts Center where the sidewalk gets a little like slippery. So he's just gonna make sure to redirect the water flow. So with some.
Where's that at?
At the Creative Arts Center.
We're talking the air conditioning pipe that somebody had,
Yes.
yes,
So he's
comes
gonna-
out the front of the building?
Yes, he's gonna redirect it, so that helps with that. As Katie was saying, we've
Is
got.
he aware that also blocks an access door?
We'll make sure, I'm sure he is. He's pretty thorough, but yeah, he sent in a plan.
Yes, I have Miguel's plans and I'm reviewing it with our safety and risk department to make sure it's a safe mitigation of the pipe and the
Yeah,
water.
it just shouldn't block the door. I don't know why it was that much.
Katie's got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. And then also, as Katie was saying, we do have growth in TOTS. The TOTS program is becoming more popular, so we're excited about that. As we speak right now, our recreation staff, which Ms. Kathy mentioned, is at Romeo Elementary. We were invited there to table and talk with the youth about what we do here.
Yay.
So we're super excited in that, so that's why they're there right now. Also, our volunteer program is starting to get worked on. That is something that Tiffany is championing and leading. And then we also have, as Ms. Kathy said, 2 new rec leaders. One is full-time, one is part-time, and they are working on getting Super Saturday started for the youth center. Our first Super Saturday is next weekend on the 20th. It is it? Oh, it's this Saturday. I'm sorry. I don't know what day it is. It's this Saturday on the 20th from 12 to 5 p.m. It'll be open those extended hours, and they're doing a special project there. So they're super excited because they're doing animal keychains, which the kids have asked for. So it's a craft project. So they'll be doing that on Super Saturday. And that's everything that has happened so far.
All right, thank you. Any questions? Wow, we're just moving right along. I have to start dragging my feet. Chad, special committee guest, Chad Wicker, Municipal Services Director. You have anything to add?
I do actually, on the road improvement.
Chad, is your microphone on?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. For road improvements, we're currently working on Shasta, Viola, Wisteria, and Tamarix off of Tiger Lake Boulevard. Once this section has been completed, they're gonna move to the Levy County side. And what's in that scope of work is Southeast 100th Place, 110th Place west of Southeast 125th Court, Southeast 124th Court, Southeast 123rd Avenue from Southeast 124th Court to 114th Place, and Southeast 134th Court.
Thank you. I only have one question regarding that. Have we located a staging area on that side?
I can get with Pete and find out.
Yeah. Just so I have some ideas so I can start fielding calls. Thank you.
Is that it?
And then on the median improvements for RLE Boulevard, the new irrigation and annual plants have been installed and the work is complete. The total cost for that project ended up being $4,815. And then the rest of it is later on in your agenda.
All right, thanks, Chad. All right, moving on. Deputy Benvenuti from the Marion County Sheriff's Office. I think I mispronounced that, didn't I?
That's all right. Just call me Deputy Ben. Makes it easier.
Anything to report going on in the community, or?
As of right now, there isn't any concerns or anything that's on our radar list of anything that anyone should be worried about. As of right now, everything looks pretty clear.
Yeah, I kind of try to impress upon the residents, we have a very low crime rate in here.
Absolutely.
And, you know, quite often we read on social media, and what they're reporting on residents are the dispatch calls. Well, until you know the final result of what the deputy found at the house, they could mean anything. For example, a kid could lock himself out of his own house and a neighbor calls it in as a burglary, you know? And sometimes you read social media and you would think we were like crime-ridden Detroit.
The River Lakes Estates area is well worth more quieter neighborhoods in the Denellen district, so.
Does anybody have any questions for the deputy? No?
Officer, I know the sheriff's department has the trailers with the radar setups on them. Is there a possibility we can get that in our area some more?
I will definitely direct that to our lieutenant to see if she could be able to get that.
We
rest over.
have roads here that are 45 mile an hour. Most of our roads are 30. You would never know that to see the people driving. 30 is 60, and 45, whatever they can get away with. So we've got a lot of speeding going on, and I'm very concerned that it's gonna catch up with us, and somebody's gonna get hurt badly. We've had accidents, but fortunately we haven't anybody killed yet. I don't want that to happen.
Right in front of
We did?
Oh,
Yeah,
You
we
did?
had a Corvette go airborne right in front of our house.
Yeah, on
Split the
Marine
car.
Boulevard.
Marine, okay. Yeah, so, you know, we have had issues, and people drive too darn fast. So, any enforcement you can get, go for it, please.
Will do. I'll direct it to our lieutenant to make sure that it gets sent out to the rest of the deputies so that they know to continue working the speed enforcement out here.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
Thank you, Deputy. All right, moving on. We have no consent items. Old business. Clubhouse renovation progress report. At this time, we would be receiving an update on the ongoing renovations at the Rainbow Lakes Estates Clubhouse.
I have good news, the permit has been issued. The notice to proceed date is scheduled for 9/29. It is 60 days to final completion, and you had asked for the contract price, it was $213,500.
That was the total cost?
$213,500.
Was that a little lower than the original estimate?
No.
But it came in at 300 and something thousand.
Yes.
What's that?
It's
That's a
much
lot
lower.
So it'll start on the 29th.
All right, thank you, Chad. All right, we're gonna go right back over to that end of the room. Boat ramp fees and penalty ordinance. Marion County Legal is updating the ordinance to align with other county facilities. We are awaiting a status update.
Yes, sir. For the boat ramp, youth center, and Levy County rec fees, Chief Assistant County Attorney Dana Oleski sent me an email this week stating that she's still working on these items, and we'll try to get them finalized for the October RLE meeting.
Okay. Good, finally, so I
So the
can
next
eventually
meeting-
get this off my agenda, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, again to that direction. Levy County Recreation fees, requesting an update on efforts to align fees for Levy County residents of Rainbow Lakes Estates with those paid by the Marion County residents, including any recent developments or next steps.
Same. For all the fees, the boat ramp fees, the Levy County rec fees, and the youth center fees, all of that is being reviewed, and she's gonna try to have it to us for the October meeting.
You are reviewing the youth center fees? Did you say?
She's reviewing all the fees, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, again, over to that table. Signage project. I will compile a list of suggested signage locations and forward it to Municipal Services Director Chad Wicker. Board members are also encouraged to share this suggestion as well. The board would also like an update on the signage project's progress, including whether the small no pets, trespassing, or motorized vehicles signs have been ordered.
They have not been ordered yet. No. We still need to look for a sign vendor. We just got the vendor directory this past week. That's all.
I'd also like to remind you guys, it is the end of our fiscal year, so we're rounding out our purchases for this fiscal year and kind of prepping, so everything will be done in October for the next fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to cut off our spending right now and kind of wrap up everything with our open POs.
Forgive my ignorance, so are we saying that we have an electronic PO system for the county?
It's, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
I'm like, if we're waiting to push the paper now. But if it's an electronic system, I
Yeah, no,
completely
we have close
understand.
updates and a lot
Got
of
it.
deadlines.
No,
and
I got it.
stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and Chad, I'll get you that list. Okay, and we'll move forward with that. Moving on, youth center and fitness center fees. The County Municipal Service Department recommends eliminating youth center membership fees for the resident children. Should this board also consider removing all fees for the youth and fitness center? I would like to hear the county's reasoning for this recommendation, as well as the board input on whether to proceed or maintain the current fee structure. So what brought up the issue of wanting to remove these fees for the youth center?
In discussing the ordinances with Dana, as we were looking at setting the ordinances, there were some fees that we were kind of questioning why we're doing them and if we should be. So that's part of her evaluation that we'll have back for next month, is her recommendation on what continues and what doesn't. And we'll go from there.
And as a staff, what are you recommending?
I would like to hear from legal first.
Okay. So, does this board, anybody have input on whether or not we should have these fees?
I already have a position.
Steve, turn your microphone.
How about that? Better?
Better.
Okay. So same thing I said last year, same thing I said 5 years ago. We're already paying taxes. There shouldn't be any fees. If there's not enough money in the youth center fees, in the youth account to pay for the facility and stuff like that, then we should raise the taxes. But we shouldn't be sitting there charging everybody to utilize the facility. And the gym, the reason we started charging money for the gym was to pay for the $5,000 card reader. Because prior to that, when there was no fees, it was just take a class, utilize the gym. So my 2 cents is we're already taxed. We've already gotten our tax assessment for this year. It's already gone up more than we expected. I don't see it stopping. We don't need to continue to tax the residents of Rainbow Lakes Estates to utilize the facilities that we're already paying for with their tax dollars. My 2 cents.
Okay, Kathy, what's your opinion?
Well, for the kids, I would drop those fees.
And we can't hear you.
Can't hear you, dear.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah. For the kids, I would not bother to charge them. For the fitness club, I think sometimes it's kind of nice to have some skin in the game. And $25 for a year with that equipment that we have is unbelievably great price. You're not going to find that anywhere else. And it's convenient, it's located here. You can go anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So you're
I would
you're going with, we should have youth center fees, but we should keep fitness center fees?
We should keep the fitness center, but anything that involves children, I think we should drop it. But that's just my opinion.
Amber, I'm gonna call on each and one of you.
I concur with Kathy. I believe that we should not be charging the youth to attend a safe event. Whether they're residents or they're non-residents, I do think we should have a sign-in and a registration, some way to track whether we're getting residents of RLE or guests of RLE members or attendees. So yes, I agree that the youth should not be charged to go to the events that we host for their safety, obviously. As for the fitness fees, I first have one question. Who is in charge of cleaning the equipment and who pays for that?
The buildings and grounds, Miguel cleans the equipment and maintenance is once a week on Wednesdays. And also he just fixed the treadmill.
All right, awesome. So we already have it budgeted for cleaning of the facilities. Is that?
Yeah, it's
Correct.
part of his duties.
Okay.
And equipment too.
And the equipment too. So what are the $25 fees that our attendance is paying for? Because I understand we had a $5,000 credit card reader, or not credit card, but access card installed. Has that been paid off? Are we now just accumulating rec fees for the fitness fees?
We actually don't have a maintenance program for any of the fitness equipment that's in there right now. That actually dropped off it needs to come back, and we are researching that with the company that provides it, which is PMX. But it could be very expensive, so we're trying to see what options we have, whether we could just do one-time repairs or things like that. But that's, I would assume, maybe that would be where it would go to.
That is-
But I'll let
yeah.
Katie chime in.
Yes, everything collected for gym fees goes back into the fund that is funding that machinery, the continuous equipment, the
There we
staffing,
go.
it's all going into the same fund.
Yeah,
Who's in charge of staffing the fitness?
We are, our office,
it's building and grounds, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And the staffing provided is the maintenance and cleaning. There's not like staff watching.
No.
So we're not paying wages for that. Okay, yeah, I do agree with Jennifer. We do need to have some sort of maintenance plan in place for the equipment because that is very important. We've paid for the equipment, we need to maintain the equipment and keep it a safe
They
environment for
stopped
all
offering,
users.
yeah. The company that was doing it stopped it, so we're trying to work through. If not, we will do one-time repairs, and Miguel is very good at servicing them. We have the original manuals, so yeah.
And complaints or issues are turned into the rec office?
To Tiffany. Yeah, and we do go in there, Miguel does go in there and brush off all the machines and everything. There is a sign, Tiffany just said she goes in there. There is a sign that after you use it, you're supposed to brush it as well. So in between when our staff can get there, if someone takes dirty shoes, unfortunately, there might be some dirt, but other than that.
Okay, all right, great, thank you.
Okay, John.
Well, on this one, I think I'm gonna have to go with Steve. It's already been included in our taxes. I mean, we pay enough for everything as it is, and I think there should be some perks of being a Rainbow Lakes Estates resident. And those activities, I think, should be one of them. So I don't think we should have them.
Dan Wilshusen.
Okay, for me,
I am on the same page as Kathy. I'm fine with removing the fees for the youth center, absolutely, I think that is appropriate. However, removing the fees for the fitness center, I do not agree with. And my basis for that decision is because when we went through the budget process this year, we struggled to close the budget on recreation, which is the department that would be maintaining this equipment on the books. If we do not continue to bring in those fees, we run the risk of hitting our budget with unintended expenses that are not budgeted for. The more people that sign up for the youth center, or for the recreation or fitness center, also has an impact on the equipment that needs to be maintained. No matter what we do, that particular facility is going to have just maintenance. It's going to have required maintenance. There has to be some sort of revenue stream to offset at least part of that expense. Thank you.
Thank you. George McKay.
Okay. I've been using the fitness center for about a month now. It is a nice setup, very quiet, it's comfortable. We have a good mix of equipment there, and there's a lot of space. We could actually handle a lot more people than actually use it. I highly recommend it, and anybody that is interested, $25 is dirt cheap. It's extremely cheap. As far as the fees go, youth center, we should not have charging kids, no. The $25 we pay for fitness center, it's minimal, but we do need to maintain the equipment. And quite frankly, some of it might be approaching the point where it needs to be replaced. And if we need to replace it, we need to have the funds to do it. And that the people using it should be helping to support that. I don't have a problem with that. The one thing I would ask about at the fitness center, however, the entrance. Driving into the place, the road's beginning to look like the boat ramp did. It is nasty. There was paving on there at one time, which is long since gone bye-bye. So if we could either get the paving removed and just have the gravel put down or whatever, but, you know, it's rough.
Refinishing the approaches in this next year's budget.
Next year's,
Yes, that was approved
excellent,
by all of us.
excellent, excellent.
Okay, so my question is gonna be, Chad, would it help speed this along if this board takes a vote on whether or not to abolish the youth center fees altogether, which would take it out of legal if we no longer have these fees and similar to the fitness center? I think you can tell which direction this board is leading.
You're more than welcome to take a vote. I don't think it's gonna expedite anything. I mean, she's gonna have it ready for October. She's just reviewing all the legalities of the fees and the resolutions and all of that, and she's gonna come back and give us a report for that in October. And you're more than welcome to take a vote so she can see where the board stands, but I don't think it's gonna benefit you much. It's still gonna be October before we get our answer.
Right. You all want to,
I have questions before you try to take.
Steve is speaking to that more.
Okay, I have some questions before we try to take a vote on this. So I'm looking at the budget, the revenue summary, and it says we spend about $68,000 this year for recreation. And we have sitting in the revenue so far, it's $424,000. Now, I know that there's other things in there other than the recreation, and you guys worked hard to try to get this budget correct. But on our paperwork, our budget expenses for the recreation are roughly $50,000 a year. So where's the rest of the $424,000 going? I'm just generally looking there. That's the first part of my question.
I can give you the budget that actually shows where everything is going. I don't know if you got a copy of that.
I do not. I have this budget, which has got 2 lines for recreation. Okay, so there's my first thing. And then it goes to the second part of the second question is, I know you report how many times the gym is used, 206, 230. But I go by the gym every single morning, and I see the same car there, or the same 2 cars there, which is great. My question is, how many paid members do we have currently that are paying for a card for that gym to use that? And I'm not, specific, but what do you think roughly that we're paying, that we have paid members, card holders?
We probably have about 213 paid members.
Okay, so at $25 for 100 of us, we're looking at $5,000. So $5,000 is what we're collecting from there, which, how much did your treadmill cost? That much money the last time?
At least, yeah, at least.
Yeah, it cost $5,000. So I'm assuming that our taxes are paying for the gym equipment, our taxes are already paying for the maintenance guys to go clean there. And our taxes in the past have paid for the maintenance that was done on the treadmills and all the rest of that stuff. So again, we're taxing people that have already paid once to utilize the facility. We have 200 people that have signed up. I'm not sure that we have 200 individual people that signed up that are even thinking about using the gym. So to continue to have this where we're taxing people again, again, I'm speaking without knowing what's on the budget, but I have to assume there's other things on the budget for the recreation besides just a piece of equipment here and there. So I still, again, I think that we don't have all the information if we're going to sit there and try to maintain these fees. Thank you.
You don't feel we have,
I don't think we have all the information. I don't think we have all the information because if we have a line in the budget for $30,000, which I don't think we do, for gym equipment and maintenance, why are we taxing anybody? We already have the money. So we got a sum of money that's supposed to be in the budget on a line. And then on top of that, we're taxing $5,000 to 200 people to maintain that facility. I just don't think it's right to tax people again. We're already doing that enough.
I'm not in disagreement. I think you could take that off of there too.
Oh, thank you. No. I think that people need to pay a minimum fee, $25 for the equipment, the type of building, the type of equipment, and everything that we have is nominal. But it gives people the feeling that it's important. If you just let it open to everybody and anybody for no cost at all, it's not regulated. There's nobody sitting over there to to watch and make sure everybody does what they're supposed to. Now, we were asked months ago to have a separate pair of shoes or something. Well, when I go over there, I wear a pair of heavy socks so that I don't get the sand all over the floor. I just think that a nominal fee makes people psychologically feel like it's important and not just some place for people to do whatever.
Well, with that logic, then we would have to charge a nominal fee to play on the playground.
No.
Or a nominal fee to
No.
use the youth center. Because, I mean,
The gym
you're saying,
equipment is different.
it's not any different. I've already paid for the gym. I know you've lived here a lot longer than I have.
Yeah.
But we've already paid for the gym. The people that came before us paid for almost every one of these buildings.
Do you want to go to a fitness center downtown?
No,
Pay
I like
those
the fitness
fees?
center. I've already paid my taxes for that equipment. And so have all these other people. And you know what? 5 years ago, Dallas, 5 years ago, there wasn't a fee to use the gym, and the gym was just fine. The gym was fine. The
But
reason we started paying
it wasn't
the
as
fee.
big and it didn't have
It
as
was
much
too
equipment.
big. Yes, ma'am. It moved from Station 2 over there 7 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I used to go to it with my mom.
Yeah, and 7 years ago, it was the same size.
No.
And we got a second treadmill, then we got a second
It was-
elliptical.
It
and
was
then we had
not
a-
the same size. I'm sorry, I took my mother there. It was not.
So the building got bigger.
You're talking about when it was back over
Right.
at
Station 2 is
where the
Right.
Creative Arts Center is now.
Right.
Oh, it looked like an antique curves.
Exactly.
But the
That's
same,
exactly
but
what
the
it
same
was.
equipment moved from that location to where we are now, to the,
There's more equipment and there's more cost.
there is more equipment, yes, ma'am.
If I'm correct, it was moved probably around 2016 over to,
Probably.
I'm close, I said 7 years, so 8
Yeah.
years, pick a number.
But as Steve is
it's my understanding the fee that was actually put in was to maintain the security locking cameras.
No, it was.
That was what
no,
was-
The fee that was charged, that was determined here, was to pay for the roughly $5,000 that wasn't budgeted for the card reader.
Right, that's,
So,
yeah.
so the only reason that we haven't.
Well, I called it a security lock.
Okay, I'm sorry. So that money, that $5,000 and the program and all the rest of that stuff wasn't budgeted for. So the only way we could get through it was to sit there and charge everybody that wanted to be a member to pay for that facility, to pay for that thing. Because before that, we just had a cipher code and we changed it once a quarter.
Okay, so,
May I ask when the card reader was installed?
Like 5 years.
I'm sorry, Amber, can you speak? Is your microphone on?
Yes, it's on. What year was the card reader installed?
What year was the?
Card
The
reader,
security lock,
when was installed?
the actual
reader.
$5,000 security lock, what year was that installed?
I'm gonna say it was roughly 5 years ago, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm not
Yeah,
right. It
4
was
to
roughly
5 years.
ago.
Is that when the fees were instated?
Yes, sir.
Was by?
I don't know if it's been 5, I'd go with 4.
Okay, 4 years, we averaged $200 card holders at $5,000 a year. I think we've more than paid for the card reader system. What else is the recreational fee paying for? Because you've already said that the recreational equipment is being budgeted and maintenance is being budgeted for, so what is the $25 paying for?
Basically, what Kathy's point is correct. You have a buy-in. Otherwise, anybody can walk in and away you go.
How can anybody walk in if they have to have a card that they have to get from Tiffany?
Right.
They can't just walk in, they have to get the card. They have to be a registered member, so it's a secured facility. So worrying about whether it looks appealing compared to gyms in Denellen, I don't think is practical in this case.
Okay, so let me just, for the record, all of this happened before any of us got here, and so.
I was here.
Some of the fees, I will tell you, the fees go into the budget, it supplements the budget, it covers the cost of the cards to print, it costs the registration that we have to pay every year, the subscription for the software that operates that door locking system. It helps supplement the budget for any repairs that we need to do or any, machine replacement, that type of thing for the fitness center.
Specifically.
I'm not saying I don't agree with what you're saying. That's why we have it in front of legal to review.
Right.
And when she gets done with her review, she will bring it back to the board and it can be a discussion that we can have. But I don't know why the board, you know more than I do why the board implemented the fees and why.
I don't.
Because at the time, the person in your position insisted that we had to start creating revenue.
He's probably right at that time. Probably needed some revenue. I don't know if it's something we should continue doing, which is
I don't
why.
think $5 a child created much revenue.
I'm talking about the fitness center, so that's why we have it in front of legal for review, and she's gonna bring that back to us for the October meeting.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this board, does anybody here want to make a motion or second it and vote on abolishing the fees for the youth center for any of the kids that go in there? Or do you want to wait until October?
I think to
Do anything on it right now is premature. I think that we need to wait at this point. We've waited this long. You can wait 30 more days for advice to come back from legal, and we will take it from there. Once legal gives us their take on it, then we can then make an informed decision. Right now, I see it only going back and forth. I see it both ways. I absolutely do. I'm a taxpayer here too. I don't want to have to pay more taxes than I have to. However, make no mistake, I'm sitting here pushing for myself and other residents like me to pony up and pay more taxes for recreation. So for me to even be involved in this conversation right now, I can't. I think I'm way out of my league on this until we get our front porch clean. I would wait for legal's opinion.
Yes, I agree, we need to wait.
I also agree completely with that, wait for legal.
I agree with legal.
I'm fine with waiting for legal. Not that I put a lot of faith in what our legal department has to say.
That wasn't my question.
Let me ask a question to people here. Can I see a raise of hands who think we should charge children for using the youth center? So there's nobody here that thinks we should charge a kid. How many of you think we should charge for the fitness center? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Well, that might be something interesting to go on social media and ask.
Chair,
Again, that's why we have legal looking at it, is because we know there are mixed opinions and we need to get legal point of view. Legal is the one, the Board of County Commissioners are the one that is ultimately responsible for all of it. And so their legal department is the one that has to review it and give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. What we're doing is legal, not legal, in the best interest of the citizens, the residents, and so that's why, because there's such a mix.
Well, I don't think it was mixed when it came to the kids, and I don't think we should ever charge children for our facilities.
And personally, I agree.
I know.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I just,
We'll wait till next month, but I do want it resolved by then. So you can tell legal to move along, you know. Dana will love hearing that from me, right?
I like my job.
Okay. We're moving on. The following item was inadvertently omitted from the agenda, additional security and safety preventive measures. Unfortunately, Vandalism in our district has become a reoccurring issue. I requested input from the board members and county officials at the August meeting. And now I'd like to hear everyone's suggestions so we can begin working on solutions to protect our residents and prevent further incidents. Mr. Wicker had a good idea about some of this fencing. Some of you may not be aware, the vandalism that's occurred over at Tiger Lake, we've had it in the bathrooms, we've had it in the playgrounds. We had donuts spun out here right between these two buildings, which has no fencing and no protection alongside of it. And yet we have a generator that's probably anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 at risk sitting there unprotected. So
One of the ideas-
Chad did have a,
Don't forget the dock.
what's that?
Don't forget the dock.
Oh, the dock. That's a reoccurring nightmare.
One of the ideas we were kicking around was some of the fencing we have here on the complex is fencing off, we don't know why. Yeah, like when you come in here at the entrance, there's a fence that kind of goes and fences off this one little area next to the MSD office that we're not really sure why it's fenced off. So if we repurpose that fence, we can use it down at the boat ramp, down the shoreline to kind of fence that off. We could use it here, what's this road right here?
Rainbow Lakes.
Yeah, to kind of fence that off instead of the chain, just kind of repurpose some of that fencing to secure some of those areas.
Right, because we also have the fence we took down from the one side of the boat ramp over here that we closed. There's still fencing on the other side that serves no purpose.
Right.
And I have to agree with Mr. Wicker. Fencing off, we have our recreation office, which is open to the parking lot. We have this building. Why is our district office fenced off? It makes no sense. So, I think,
The perimeter I get, but some of the other stuff, we can repurpose some of that fencing to save some money. Yeah, the interior fencing. And then, of course, the signs that they're working on getting ordered and.
all right, I think I'll sit down with you and we'll figure something out with that. Anybody else have any suggestions, such as cameras? We do now have the security rolling around here again.
Yes, we have our,
Private security,
our-
but-
yes,
but
our
they're off-duty.
Security details, and we have extended them to Levy County as well. At no
Okay.
extra charge, they're just including that in their routes.
Do they
Thank you.
Do they submit reports of any incidents or anything, or
I believe we can request them, but they don't submit them regularly now.
could we kind of request
All the
them?
time? Okay.
No.
If there is, like.
Well, I want to know if they're chasing 10 kids through the parking lot. Especially if they're holding bricks.
Well, fair, okay, yeah, I'll ask about, for the children.
Yeah, just kind of like a recap report, if there were any incidences and
Right.
types, that's all.
We can speak with our vendor on that for sure.
Right.
Thanks, Katie. Anybody have any suggestions on how to secure, make the
Cameras.
more cameras?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, is that the camera situation has come up a couple of times. However, we're at kind of a stone wall with that because we're waiting for IT. And we currently have a number of IT tickets out there, and they're all on hold and we're waiting. So, there's not a lot we can do about extending cameras and so on until we get some IT assistance.
Even though we pay
Have we looked
more.
into any of the high-def cameras that could be mounted toward the dock?
We've requested it as part of our work order with IT. Another thing to keep in mind is we also have to get Wi-Fi extenders with that in order to get them to operate. We would have IT come out here, and that also has to be something that's in our budget. So it wasn't a budget priority on the 5-year plan, so it's gonna be something that we have to kind of get quotes for and plan for and choose where we're prioritizing it when we look at that project.
Well, that's why we said in the very beginning that the 5-year plan was gonna be fluid, because these are the types of issues that we need to address when they come up.
Of course, I was just
Right.
reminding.
And security is going to be more and more important as more and more population move to, we've got a big influx of people. And sadly, some of those folks aren't law-abiding citizens, so we have to be careful.
All right, Steve, you look like you have something to say.
Oh, eventually, but it's okay. No, we just have to, we're still waiting on IT, and we're gonna wait on IT until IT gets through this, and it's the end of the year, we gotta remember, it's the end of the year. So everything is stopping, right? So they're closing out, and then October, November, December, we're working on reserve funds, correct? Because the budget hasn't been released for 26, is that correct?
So the budget gets released, the final public hearing is on Monday, and then it gets released October 1. But because we're a digital system, like they do not want us spending anything the last few weeks of the fiscal year, so that way nothing hits
Yep.
the new fiscal year that's supposed to be in this fiscal year. And so there's a little bit of a break there for them to close all the books from this year and open up the books for the next year.
Yes, trying
So
to
we're,
minimize
so
accruals.
we're just September and October, it's always slow. And any great ideas that we have, and we're going to have them, we're still waiting until end of October, November before those things happen. Yes, ma'am?
I just wanted to let you know at the last meeting you requested to have a detail for the Halloween weekend. I believe it was you, George. I can't recall, but we did secure that, so they will be coming
okay.
through the Pines.
Good, through the pines.
Through the Pines.
Cool, cool.
Chad,
Yes,
you
Steve,
can ask-
Steve, this is just beginning of a discussion to see what, for the future, we can do. It's not, I'm not concerned with yet where the money's coming from.
No, I think the answer is gonna be cameras, I believe. That's what the answer is gonna be. So that IT and those who are challenged with our additional security are gonna be able to observe the action that happened and then take the appropriate action. So, I mean, technology's great, but we're back to.
If you can get it.
We're back to cameras and we're back to fences.
I should note that we do have cameras on the complex building and the fitness building. They're just a single camera. And
But we have the
that's-
cameras out here too.
Yeah, we have cameras all
They
on
just
the-
don't reach as far as the
They
dock.
don't reach as far as the dock, and that's the only
All right.
thing. So it's not like we're completely unprotected. We
No.
do have-
Well, I'm gonna leave this on the agenda for next month.
I just have a simple question. The budget, the fiscal year budget runs what dates?
October 1 to September 30th.
And that's Marion County?
Marion County Board of County Commissioners.
In the state, okay.
All state.
I appreciate that. I
Oh,
was not
absolutely.
aware.
I'll also make sure you get a copy of the budget as well.
Yes, please.
Okay, moving on. New business board items, 7A, Dungeons and Dragons, a proposal by David Harris. Give me my piece of paper.
That's
Yeah,
mine.
That's mine. Yours over there.
Oh,
David. Tell us about Dungeons and Dragons.
So.
It's a game, right?
Yes, it's a role-playing game. Came out in 1974. It's a couple meetings a while back. We want more clubs. Me and a friend and his kids, we play it. We're like, okay, it'd be fun to have a club for it. So that's what we proposed. It's gonna be on a Friday night. We're thinking about 7 o'clock start. We don't know end time yet, because sometimes certain sessions will run long, some will be short, just how it flows. And we want to use the Creative Arts Center room. Other than that, it'd just be fun.
And how many members do you have pending, or just the two of you for now?
As of right now, there's 4 confirmed, maybe 5.
And do you let kids join?
Kids, yeah, any age.
Any
You
age?
can come play too, Dallas.
you don't want it to, no. you don't.
I'll make sure you guys.
I had them days of not in the dungeon, but I chased a lot of dragons. But and you want to have it in a creative arts center. Why would you choose the crappiest room in the center?
Easiest place to put it, in case we have to leave our table set up, we can put it into the side room, out of the way of everyone else.
All right, any questions to David?
I have 2 questions. Why are you waiting until January to start it?
Because we're gonna try to get some pre-made character sheets up and try to get stuff set up ahead of time.
Just logistically?
Yeah.
Okay. And we've already talked offline, so, and I'm gonna ask this question so that it's on the record. Are you gonna specifically stay with just the Dungeons and Dragon theme, or are you gonna open it up to other card games, and are you looking at doing other things other than just the single Dungeons and Dragon role-playing game?
I brought it up to the vice president of it, and we both kind of talked it out, and we ended up agreeing just the Dungeons and Dragons Club.
So the only thing you wanted to do?
Mainly because, like, if we go into Pokemon, Magic Gathering, and other games, that's more money that we have to put out just so we can learn to play the games right. So we know no one's cheating and there's no fights breaking out.
Okay, and
We already have everything we need for Dungeons and Dragons between the two of us.
That's cool. And then I have a follow-up question. Are they doing Dungeons and Dragons down in Denellen, next to LaRue's?
I do not know on that
Did
one.
I hear? No?
If you're talking about the comic
I'm
shop?
talking about, I didn't know what. I didn't-
Riverland Monsters, he's
Yeah.
talking about.
Yes, okay, so actually, he's a family friend. No, they do not.
They're not doing Dungeons
They
and
do,
Dragons?
they do not do it. Unfortunately, he said he doesn't have enough people.
There you go.
So-
All right, it's awesome. All right.
So if he's already got 5 people interested, that's way better than even Riverland
And
is
that's
going.
another reason why we're waiting for next year also, so we can try to get some advertisement out during the next few events we have coming up.
It's cool. Good.
Jim, did you just say he doesn't have enough people?
He doesn't have any people that do, actually will commit to do a club there. He has people, like 1 or 2 people come in and trade cards, or like you would do the network, but no, there's no official club that's well attended there. Yeah, and also if you've ever been to Riverland, it is super small space.
Tiny.
I would say maybe the size of the stage might be the size of a store, maybe.
I say
even.
about the room we're looking at doing.
Yeah, it's
But
very small.
it's got other stuff around it, so what
And-
you're thinking is
Yeah.
small for us, it's actually smaller for them to play in.
Yeah, I mean.
They have your table and that's it.
Typically, you want like a 15 by 15